Welcome everyone, I'm Dothral, your average Joe, here with another video. Today I want to talk about the film Becky. Becky came out in June of this year through VOD, at least that is how I watched it. The reason why I want to talk about it today is because it is one of those films that was released over these trying times that I would have never have watched if it wasn't for Lulu Wilson, the leading actress. I was watching The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix and she plays one of the characters on the show. I knew she looked familiar, but I could not place what other projects she was involved in, so a quick IMDb search later, and to my surprise she had a supporting role in Annabelle Creations, one of the better Annabelle films in my opinion, and she also was in Ouija Origin of Evil. Both films that came out in the last few years that I would watch again because they are spooky and scary. She was younger in those films and thus I could not place her faster, so I did have to do that quick search. At this point I had watched many things she was in, so I decided to watch Becky, but I found out that it was not out yet, so I had to wait.
Been waiting for this thing to come out for months.
The wait was worth it and I was pleasantly surprised by the film. So I will go into a non-spoiler first before I go into more specifics of the film. So this will be the non-spoiler part. So Becky is directed by Jonathan Millet and Carrie Murnian, two filmmakers that do not have that many films under their belt, so don't let that deter you from watching the film. They do a fantastic job, if I do say. It stars Lulu Wilson, like I said, as the protagonist, Kevin James, the mall cop, as the antagonist, and Joe McHale from The Soup playing Becky's father. The first thing I want to make clear is do not watch the trailer. It spoils the best moments of the film. I was lucky that I did not see the trailer before the film, and if I had, I don't know if I would do this review. Becky and her father moved to beautiful Lake Sinclair, Georgia for a fresh start, but their world is about to change. Their home is invaded by escaped convicts. How will they overcome the threat that has presented itself to them? That is all I will say about the plot because I do not want to give much away. I do want to say that the location of the house is gorgeous but also foreboding. I guess I am just too used to the suburbs, and a home that is more isolated and secluded gives me that foreboding feeling. So that wraps up the non-spoiler review of the film. Like I said, there's not much I could say without going into specifics, so now this is the part of the video where it goes into specifics and spoilers. So spoilers ahead, spoiler warning. Now that we got that spoiler warning out of the way, we can talk about more specifics. Like I said, there is not much I could say about the plot because it is very simple. It is essentially an R-rated Home Alone, if you get my gist. You have the bad guys looking for a key, and Becky is the one that has to save her family and deal with the intruders. She finds inventive and creative uses for everyday items to her advantage, just like Kevin McAllister did. This movie does not shy away from all the blood and gore. She had art pencils held together with duct tape to make stabbing weapons. She broke her ruler to have a point that she used for her first kill, which was a zipline kill, if I may add. Not much happens after that, but Becky took Dominic's eyeball out of his socket, Kevin James's character, with the key he was looking for. The effect of the eyeball was really good. It grossed me out and made me squirm. The scene after was one of those intentional funny moments that was in the film. We had Hammond, another escapee. He used some kitty scissors instead of kitchen scissors to cut Dominic's eye. The next person she kills is Hammond. He is chunkier, so she is able to outrun him and is able to lure him to her trap she made by the dock. Once he falls into the water, she uses the propeller of the boat to kill Hammond, and that whole scene before was very, very bloody. The next kill is Dominic, but lots of things happen before she kills him. She gets into the car, but she crashes it, and the OnStar operator calls the police. Finally, the OnStar does something good. While Dominic searched for Becky, she lit a fire and used the flames to her advantage.
I do want to hurt you. Real bad.
It's one of the scenes that was in the trailer that I thought just spoiled the movie. They should have not included it. He actually did what you're supposed to do and stopped, dropped, and rolled. Finally, a movie that gets it right. With the help of Apex, the biggest and toughest escapee, Becky was able to get to the shed and get the lawnmower. Finally killed Dominic with that lawnmower, and I will say again, the whole scene is very graphic. I almost threw up. The last kill is Apex, and the way Becky killed him at point blank after he helped her is kind of messed up, but at the same time he deserved it. He is a convict after all. After she killed all the intruders, she let this visceral scream that was wild. It was a roar / growl that was very powerful. It reminded me of Lupita Nyong'o's growl from Us. The ending shot that is focused on Becky left me wondering about her future. Some other points I want to mention that I didn't mention in the other parts is that the names of her dogs were Dora and Diego. That just made me giggle. Also, Becky's future little brother Ty did not know what s'mores were before he got to Becky's house. I just thought, what 5-year-old does not know what s'mores are? That's just blasphemy if you ask me. There are some other moments that made me laugh, but only because they were badass moments, like the end of the fire pit scene with the gas-filled water gun and when she does the zipline kill. I was cheering for Becky throughout the film, which I don't really do in movies, but I was doing in this one because I wanted her to win. One thing I did not like from the film was that we never found out where the key leads. Dominic just gives this vague statement about it, and that is pretty much it. But other than that, I had fun watching Becky. So overall, I really liked the film because it was concise and straight to the point. The beginning sets up the character of Becky by showing her past trauma, but then when the time comes, she kicks it into overdrive and really takes off. She reminded me of Ripley from Alien, that whole badass leading female. Some of the shots of the film were gorgeous, and the cinematography made the location feel real. The scares are not really scary, but there are a lot of gory elements in the film that probably classify it as a horror film. The ending made me think that maybe Becky liked the killing, but it is up to us, the viewer, to have our own interpretations of that final scene. Like I said, I had fun watching the film and I would recommend it to all of you. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, it really helps. Subscribe and do all the things, and let me know what you thought about Becky in the comments down below. I'm Dothral, your average Joe, and I'll see you next time. Bruh.